Hi, welcome to tip number 9 of 21 tips for up-leveling your personal leadership. This is Dr. Shannon Tran, and I'm an efficiency executive coach helping busy professionals and executives get back in balance and alignment so they can be seen for the deep value that they bring. Today, I want to share the importance of having strong boundaries. And when we don't have strong boundaries, it can really deplete our energy, lead us to make decisions that don't support the life we want to create, and cause confusion. And I know for myself, one of the reasons why I struggled with having strong boundaries is because I was a people pleaser. I wanted to make other people happy. I wanted to get along with people. I wanted to be able to support people in what they wanted. And unfortunately, when we don't have strong boundaries, it can really cause confusion in knowing what we want and knowing what's important to us and in being able to take a stand on the life we want to create. So one way that you can support your own personal leadership and stand strong on your value and what's most important to your life is to develop strong boundaries. And the way that you can do that is to begin to kind of look at your current boundaries in your life and see where you may have some gaps. So here are some red flags that you might want to consider in determining whether or not you need to work on your boundaries. So if you notice that you're often going against your own values or compromising your standards in an effort to please someone or to get them to like you, then that's an indication that you don't have strong boundaries. And I've seen many people where doing this has led to negative consequences for them. The most recent example that comes to my mind is just even thinking of a friend I've known for years who lost his job in an effort to please his boss, and he did some unethical things, and it led to some very serious consequences. And so just think about your own life and what you may be saying yes to when it doesn't feel right to you. Maybe it's loaning someone money. Maybe it's taking on extra hours at work. Maybe it's agreeing to take on another project that you know is not right for you. So just really pay attention to your current boundaries in your life. And are you agreeing to things in an effort to please someone, but it's really not right for you? It's coming at some kind of emotional, physical, or financial cost to you. And another sign of not having good boundaries is if you're feeling depleted and burned out, it's usually because maybe you're overcommitting or you're overextending yourself or you're taking on too many projects or saying yes to too many things. So really pay attention to that. Your energy can let you know whether or not you need to start to set some boundaries. Some simple ones are even just, are you working more hours than you really want to be working? Are you compromising your sleep to accommodate other people's needs? Are you not taking good care of yourself, not taking regular breaks or eating at regular times? All of those are indications of poor boundary and poor self-care. Another sign you can look for is if you have a hard time speaking up for what you want or directly asking for what you want. Those can be signs that you need to work on your boundaries as well as your assertiveness skills. And I can talk about that in another video. And then finally, if you're saying yes when you really mean no, those are signs that you need to work on your boundaries, because when you go against yourself, when you're saying yes, but you really don't feel that it's right for you, it's not in alignment for you, it can cause confusion, and it could also cause you to doubt yourself or make poor choices. So here are some practical tips that you can begin to do right now to improve and strengthen your boundaries. First is notice in your life, where do you have a gap? Where do you need to start to set some boundaries in your life? Is it in your personal life? Is it in how many hours you work? Is it how many projects you take on? So really just do a quick inventory and pay attention to where in your personal life you need to set boundaries. It could be at home, with family and friends, or it actually could be at work with coworkers or a boss. So pay attention to that. And also begin to allow yourself to think about what's right for you. Set some kind of limit for yourself and stick to it. Decide when can you say how many hours you want to work, how many projects you want to take on. So really sit down and start to create some structure for yourself so that you can begin to see what are some of your physical boundaries and what are your emotional boundaries. An example would be at a client, and she was a veterinarian, and she would take emails at all hours of the night. And one boundary that was simple that she started with is she just sent out an email and started to let her family and customers and clients know that after 8 o'clock, she wouldn't take on any more emails. So she would only respond to emails between certain hours of the day. That boundary allowed her to relax in the evening, not feel all stressed out at night, be able to get good sleep, and be able to perform better for her family and herself and her clients because she had that boundary, and people got used to it and they started to respect it, and it made a big difference in her life. So it could be a simple boundary that you start with first. But when you have strong boundaries, that you will start to have a clearer sense of who you are. That starts to bring up feelings of being on purpose, feeling confident about yourself, feeling protected and loved when you have boundaries, letting people know what you will tolerate and not tolerate. All of those are important leadership skills for being able to get in alignment with yourself, feel on purpose, have great levels of energy, and really make the deep difference that you want to make in your life. So I hope you found that tip helpful. And if you would like some support, you can reach out to me at support@shannontranphd.com. And I would love to send you some additional tips on how to thrive in your relationships. Again, you can reach out to me at support@shannontranphd.com. See you next time for tip number 10. Take care.